Hello everyone, we are the Platform channel and I'm Bruno, a host from the Crypto Herd, and today we'll be covering Voxie Tactics, which finally, after a long time waiting, we'll be able to play in the open beta that started last week. So today we're going to talk about this project, and after that we'll play a match to see how the gameplay feels and hopefully drop some NFT. Let's get started! Voxie Tactics, tactical turn-based RPG with play-to-earn element. Voxie are these adorable Minecraft-like creatures that you can buy on OpenSea with different classes, races, traits, and rarities. But don't worry, the game is free to play. In open beta you get a bunch of free Voxies called recruits that you can play with and get NFTs, and some of these NFTs are being sold for prices like 3 ETH, which is insane. So you can gear up your Voxies, can equip different armor pieces, magical wands, swords, bows, axes, and obviously this is going to influence their performance in battle. They started at the price of 0.02 ETH and now the floor is at 0.65 ETH. So that's like a 30x for those who minted these NFTs. When it comes to the team, we're talking about Always Geeky Games. Solid team that has some members that participate in projects like Assassin's Creed. So definitely people who have experience in developing games. When it comes to tokenomics, we have the Voxel token at the price of $1.49 with a max supply of 300 million. So this is more or less the supply that is used in other play-to-earn games like X Infinity, for example, where we have AXS with a max supply of 270 million. So Voxel token is going to be used in everything inside the Voxie Tactics universe. Entry price to tournaments, consumable items, identifying items, crafting mechanics, renaming characters, changing class, trading Voxies, trading items, weapons, armor, and recruiting new Voxies. Recruiting new Voxies is a feature that is still not very clear how it's going to work, but basically if you own one of the 10,000 origin Voxies, you're going to be able to recruit new Voxies in the future if you own a special item. So I believe it's good that there's lots of utility for a token, and I believe that's like a fundamental point in a healthy economy. So now that you have some knowledge about Voxie Tactics, it's time to try the game. You can come to voxie.io. I'm going to leave the link in the description, and you just have to create an account and download the game. Then when you start the game, the first thing you're going to do is to choose 3 Voxies to start from. So I recommend you actually choose a balanced team setup. You want a class that will be good as a tank like Knight or Warrior. Then you're going to want like a damage dealer, perhaps like Black Mage or Ranger. And then you can also add some support like White Mage or Druid that can heal up your Voxies. Okay, so after you chose which Voxies you want to start with, you should come to the party roster, and here you're going to equip your Voxies because by default they don't come with any gear, and if you go like this to battle, you're going to have a high chance of losing. Here in the party roster you're going to find the 3 Voxies you chose, and if you actually own any of the origin Voxies or NFT Voxies, they're also going to show up here. So for example, I have 6 because I own 3 NFT Voxies, but I'm going to play with the free ones. So in the open beta, you're going to play with 3 Voxies, but later there's going to be battles where you can use teams made up of 7 Voxies. So first thing, you select one of the Voxies you want to gear up, equip, and you choose his gear. So let's start with the sword. My robot is going to be my tank. He's also going to be a physical damage dealer. So here I want to focus on health, strength, and armor. How much damage this Voxie is going to do, it's going to depend entirely on its strength. Armor, obviously, is going to reduce the amount of damage this Voxie takes. Let's go with the beta sword, shields. As you mouse over all the items, you can see that there's a plus on your stats. So this is the stats that this gear piece is going to increase. Let's go with the Knight Helm, Knight Armor. So we're going to use this entire setup. Then we want damage dealer, so we're going to go with the Ranger. Since he's doing physical damage, I also want to focus on strength here, okay? So I equipped him with the setup that is going to boost his strength mainly. Then our third Voxie is going to be the Black Mage, okay? So here it's a different story. Black Mage uses mainly magic, so this means that we have to have high intelligence in order to deal damage, because intelligence affects how much damage you deal with magic. On top of that, Intelligence also increases your magic points, which is this blue bar right here. And every time you cast magic, you're going to spend a certain amount of magic points. When it reaches 0, you're not going to be able to cast magic. So after it reaches 0, the black mage is going to be kinda useless. I actually chose weapons that increases intelligence, but then when it comes to armor, I actually chose armor that increases his HP, because otherwise he's going to have very low HP. Now that we have our party complete, it's time to play a match. So guys, the first thing you have to do in a match is deploy your Voxie. You have here the yellow squares, and you can choose where to place them. Let's start with our tank, which is going to be this robot. We're going to place him right here. Ranger, our damage dealer, and then we have our second damage dealer, the black mage. As I've already mentioned, Voxies have classes and races, so some of the skills they get are from the classes they have, and some of the skills they have come from the race. So for example, this one is a human and is a ranger. So human is the race and ranger is the class. So as you can see, you can mix up how you want it, race and class. So this is going to depend entirely on your strategy. Then for example, this one, even though it's a black mage, I could use a bow if I wanted. So it's our turn. Move is to change the position of your Voxie. Okay, so we want to place him as close as possible to the enemy because it's close range. We actually have a skill, so we have come to actions. We have the skills, which is this overload right here, and we have range skills, so we can actually eat these druids. So as you can see, this guy is a druid, which is basically, he has magic skills, but then he's using a bow. You can mix up all these elements the way you want. So now we're playing with our ranger. We're going to move him here. We're going to root the other druids. Actions, you can just attack with the weapon in hand, and then we have the second tab, which in this case is snipe, is the skills that you have with this Voxie, okay? Ankle shot is going to root this guy. Hopefully if we hit, okay, we hit it. Nice amount of damage and is rooted, so he can change. Our black mage is also rooted, and unfortunately, we're not close enough to cast any magic on our opponent. Okay, so what we're going to do is defend, okay? So defend means that we're going to take less damage if they attack my black mage. By the way guys, if you're taking any value out of this video, consider hitting that like button and helping the Play to Earn channel with the YouTube algorithm. And also consider subscribing for more NFT gaming reviews. I believe he's going to focus on this Voxie first.
Nope.
Oh, actually didn't root me, which is nice. Since we are rooted with our tank, we're actually going to use a skill once again. Since we're not in an attacking range. Okay, and we're going to try to deal damage to the druids. We're going to keep the druid rooted because we want to kill him as fast as possible. We're going to move position, so we run away from his tank. And we're also going to move with our black mage. Other things you can do is also equip your character. So if you want to switch weapon in the middle of the fight, you can do it. But it's going to cost you 1 turn. So this means if I'm changing my weapon, I can't attack. So black magic, what we're going to do is we're going to use magic skill that deals the highest amount of damage. 63% hit chance, not that good. Hopefully we're going to hit him. Nice, 77 damage, very nice. It's his turn, let's see what he's going to do. So guys, so far the game is really fun, but at the same time, as it is expected from an open beta, it's really clunky, but the team has been releasing patches and updates every week or every 5 days, and we've been seeing the game growing and getting better and better every day. It's our turn, focus on the druid, okay? I believe the attacks I have are mostly defensive, so what I'm going to do is just attack him with my sword. I'm going to root his tank. This is the thing with the ranger or with bows. If your range is too short, you won't be able to hit your target. If your range is too big, you're also not going to be able to hit your target. You have to choose carefully and use the comet once again. If I hit, he's dead.
No, God!
Oh, we missed! Come on! We had this game, okay? We had this game if I had him dead these rounds. Okay. Because as soon as you lose one Voxie, you're just going to play with 2 Voxies, so yeah, I guess there's like a huge impact on your chances of winning here. So this was unfortunate, but that's fine. We're still in a good position, I believe. This round, I think I'm going to focus everything on him. So once again, I'm going to root his tank, so he doesn't do anything. and keep dealing damage with the tank. We don't have enough magic points for the comet, so we're going to use the glacier. And we're also not going to kill him this round, but he's frozen, so he's also not going to play next round, which is nice. So he has a frozen druid and a rooted knight, and then he also has a ranger here. So if you guys are playing Voxie Tactics, which team setup are you guys using? Let me know in the comment section. I want to know what you guys have been using. If you found like any team setup that is stronger, let me know, guys. I'm going to finish this poor soul here. I'm gonna keep this guy rooted so he can't do anything. Oh, he blocked because he's defending. See, this defense sometimes also blocks some skills. We're going to focus on this ranger now. Can use the glacier, which is nice because it deals damage and sometimes it also freezes. Okay, this time it just dealt damage, it didn't freeze the opponent. Our black mage is at 0 magic points, so it means that he's pretty useless now, so I don't mind if he dies. You both have 2 Voxies with high HP and magic points. Magic points are, for example, this is one interesting thing, which is that you have the blue bar. We can call it mana, but it's going to depend on the race and class of your Voxie. So for example, this guy is a robot, so it's charge. But when I was playing with the black mage, it was magic. If we're talking about the warrior, it's going to be rage. So I'm going to apply a Regan on this guy. It's an interesting skill that will generate 20 HP every 3 rounds or something like that. So actually I miscalculated how many squares I had to cover in order to root him, so I'm just going to use our volley here. So here's the thing, when you're using a skill, make sure that you move to the right range in order to use that skill. Otherwise you might miss a turn with that Voxie. Really have to think about every single detail, like how many squares you have to cover, which skill you're going to use, the chance of missing that skill. I mean, it's really interesting. It's focusing on my tank, which is maybe not the best move. Okay, so when you're dealing damage with the sword, you always want to attack from the sides or from behind. The damage is going to be higher and also the hit chance is going to be higher. I want to root his own ranger. It's rooted if I hit the target. I missed again! Come on! And it's also going to focus on my ranger now. Smart. I mean, he's the one with the lowest HP. And he taunted us, so this means that my ranger next turn, the only thing he can do is attack his tank. Oh no, he's going to root me, I believe. So because he taunted us, we can't do anything with our ranger. He's going to deal damage from behind, of course. He's going to try to root me again, or run away perhaps. No, he rooted my ranger instead. So maybe he's gonna take us down this round. And he rooted us again, he's going to do the same thing. We're not going to be in range of attacking any of his Voxies, so we're just going to defend here. We're going to root his ranger too. I think he's going to bring down our ranger this round. 45 damage, I just hope he misses. And our ranger is down. We are losing here. Oh, that's a nice amount of damage, but if he's smart, he's going to win. All he has to do is like taunt me with this knight or something, or root me with this ranger, and I can't do anything here. So he has an advantage, so probably we're going to lose. Well, we're not going to lose, we're going to learn, because we never lose. Depends entirely if you see the glass half full or if you see the glass half empty. I believe this is game over for us. Even if we go one-on-one with these knights, I mean, he's still going to win because he has more HP. I don't really have mana to do anything, so I'm going to accept defeat. But guys, remember once again, we never lose, we learn. So guys, Voxie Tactics, I believe that if the team doesn't mess up, we have real potential for a top 10 NFT game. And I'm going to give you a few facts. 1. The gameplay is fun. 2nd, there's lots of demand for the Voxie NFTs. 3rd, there's no other game that combines tactical turn-based RPG with play to earn. But none of what I said here is financial advice. Always do your own research and don't forget, every day is an opportunity for you to fight for your dreams. Thanks for watching guys, and I see you Cryptomanics in the metaverse.